Hello everybody, it's Mystic, and welcome back to my library. This is another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last episode had me very upset. We fought Hydaelyn in the Mother Crystal, and that was a very hard cutscene to watch. We also went to I forget what it was called, hang on, let me look it up because I don't remember. The Itioscope, and we actually ended up fighting Amin, aka Fandaniel there. That was a pretty interesting cutscene as well. And now we're back here in Sharlayan, and I am about to talk to Kryl. So let's see, I think we are on our way to go find Meteon, basically. Kryl has urgent news. Celeste, I trust you've had a good rest. An envoy of Master Fortunals arrived not too long ago with a message. The Loporrits have determined Meteon's location. We've been asked to gather at the Rostra. I'll meet you there along with the others. Okay. I think it's time to go find Meteon. Hydaelyn, it almost seemed like Hydaelyn insinuated that Meteon could be redeemed. I'm really hoping that's the case because I don't know if I could handle killing anyone else that I've cared so much about. And that whole scene, not the scene, but the whole time that we were in Elpis, you just really grew to love her. And I hope that there's a way that we can help her and that we don't have to kill her, but I guess we'll see. Everyone appears to be present and accounted for. Good. As you know, the Loporrits have deduced the whereabouts of Meteon by means of a crystal bequeathed to us by Hydaelyn herself. Your quarry's location is a place far beyond the moon, in the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, at the edge of creation. A veritable Ultima Thule. Indeed, how then are we to reach it? An excellent question. Luckily for you, I have an equally excellent answer. In theory, with its advanced propulsion systems, the moon is capable of delivering you to Ultima Thule, but the myriad other facilities housed within would greatly impede travel through the Sea of Stars. Even the Mother Crystal may not possess ether enough to bear so massive a vessel to our destination and back. However, if we integrate our Hyper Hopper into your ether burner, it's called a Hyper Hopper, we should be able to fire things up and jump our way to the end of the universe in no time. Oh my god! We're making warp speed. Father, does this mean? Bear in mind the decision was not made solely at my discretion, but with the consent of the Forum. Hearing the Loporrits' proposal, the Forum was faced with a grave decision. To commit the Ark to this endeavor would mean abandoning both our plans to evacuate the moon and to resettle on another star. Needless to say, the proposition invited fierce debate. In the end, however, the Forum was swayed by the simple fact that Hydaelyn believed you possessed the strength needed to overcome this crisis. The Great Exodus was, after all, a plan of Hydaelyn's own making. Therefore, if in the 11th hour she would proffer another means by which we may seek salvation, we would be fools to dismiss it out of hand. And especially since it was like her dying wish. I feel like we should definitely do that. Indeed, she sacrificed everything, her very existence, to avert the destruction of this star. This is why we have chosen to place our faith in Hydaelyn, in you. The Ark will be made ready for your voyage to Ultima Thule. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, by the way. What of all the people who have labored so tirelessly to prepare for the evacuation? They must be furious. I would not be so sure. They have not forgotten your deeds on the Magna Glacies. Nor did your instrumental role in orchestrating the... Wait, what? Oh, nor did your instrumental role in orchestrating the delivery of adamantite go unnoticed. No, the people did not protest. Quite the contrary. They have expressed unwavering support for you and your mission. I would imagine most people don't want to have to leave the home that they've known their entire lives. Are the Loporrits too willing to abandon the Exodus? Were you not listening when we said we were born of Hydaelyn's love for Atheris and its people? If it means your survival, we would do anything to help. And you'll most certainly have the need of our experience where you're going. There's no guarantee Ultima Thule is the place that supports life, or otherwise vexing problem our know-how can remedy. I'm really struggling to read again. I'm sorry. Besides, Hydaelyn chose us to lead the way to Meteon. Why else would she give you a crystal only we can decipher? But more importantly, we were perfectly content to evacuate Atheris until you brought us here, Urianger. And now we're enamored with the place, so what choice do we have but to save it? Of course, none of this is possible without you and the Scion, so I must ask, are you ready? Are you certain you wish to do this? Yeah, let's go. Let's do the dang thing. You couldn't stop us if you tried. We'll avert the final days, whatever it takes. Yeah, let's do it. Very well. We shall inform the Forum of your decision and begin preparations to bolster the Ark with the Hyper Hopper. I wish I could have heard his voice say Hyper Hopper. That would have been amazing. The Lowbirds will coordinate with the Ilsabard contingent to have the necessary components transported via the Tower of Babel. I had 2 cups of coffee this morning. Why am I still struggling to read? Of course, it will take time until the work is complete. For now, pray take your ease. Every time somebody tells us to do this, something happens. 'Twould seem there is naught to do but rest and prepare. Shall we? I love my outfit. It's so amazing. I need to make a glamour for this because the steampunk elements, it's my favorite. I love it. Ere we depart, we must leave nothing undone. Quite, though it is difficult to conceive of how one can best prepare to brave a domain where Dynamis governs all. Nevertheless, Heidelin deemed us worthy of the trials that await. For lack of any other feasible options at this late stage, let us trust in her judgment and face Meteon as we are, which leaves the not-so-small task of coordinating our efforts here to you and Tataru. If all goes to plan, we'll be back before you know it. I certainly hope so. We will be praying for your safe return. Mayhap it will affect the Dynamis for the better. With that settled, we should get some rest and make the most of the time we've been afforded. Where's she coming from? The meeting's over, is it? You were there for so long I started to worry. What did they have to say? We're on our way. The edge of creation. I see. Rest assured, everything will remain in order until you return, and you will return. Or else. Actually, Celeste, could I borrow you for a moment? Looks like your plans for the interim are decided. When the 2 of you have finished, meet us back at the Baldesian Annex, alright? Come with me to the Agora. I have something to show you. Welcome, Celeste, to Taru's Boutique. Oh, you made a store here? I've always done my best to provide the Scions with fashionable attire, but in your case specifically, I make an extra effort to strive for the most functional yet stylish clothing one could ask for. Not that I'm playing favorites, but you are the warrior of light. Faced with this unprecedented crisis, I knew you would need an ensemble unlike anything I've created before, and that I wouldn't be able to do it alone. But I like my outfit. Okay, though, you do make cute stuff. And so, after enlisting the aid of the world's finest artisans, I finally completed my career-defining masterpiece, but then inspiration struck and I saw a golden opportunity just begging to be seized. With the help of some Thavnarian refugees, I decided to set up shop here in Charlian. Of course, I would never charge you for any of our work. Perish the thought. Varsarud, how are things coming along? Everything is in order, Mistress Tataru. We'll be ready to open shortly, which is why I brought you here, to be our very first patron. Would you mind waiting here for a moment longer? Okay. Ah, I did not expect to find you here. Huh. Barshan. I imagine Nadana would also wish to offer her regards. Alas, after delivering our dragon scales to the engineers, she remained to assist with their work on the ether burner. This simulacrum, too, will stay in Charlian while I oversee matters in Radzat Han. It is a rather convenient means to keep abreast of developments pertaining to the final days or anything else. It also allows me, after a fashion, to watch over my people in this distant land. Barshan, I was hoping you'd stop by. I can't thank you enough for allowing your artisans to work with me here at the boutique. Please, it is I who should be thanking you. This establishment has restored sense of normalcy to our lives. You have blessed them with newfound purpose and a means by which to support themselves in these troubled times. What's more, when they at last return home to Radzat Han, the experience and knowledge they have gained in your employ will no doubt prove a boon to the artistry and commerce of our land. In fact, I came here to see how your new employees are settling in and to express my gratitude for granting them this opportunity. It's an opportunity for me as well, believe you me. Your artisans have taught me so much about Thavnarian craftsmanship. Their resourcefulness and ingenuity are nothing short of inspiring. I can't wait to see what kind of wonders we come up with. I pray you every success in your endeavors, Mistress Tataru. Before coming here, I heard word of the Forum's decision of what will soon be attempted. It was only then that I finally understood what my father called this star, the last bastion of hope. Indeed, it was the last bastion, for the flame of every other star he encountered had likely been extinguished. In the boundless dark, the light of brimming life must have been blinding in its splendor. You journey unto the heavens to protect that light. May the scales of my kin serve you well. I have faith you will prevail and restore peace and tranquility to this star. Would that Ahawan were alive to see it. I would like to visit Razat Han again when this is all over. I want to say that about Ahawan. I will not see his sacrifice squandered, nor shall I rest until Razat Han is returned to its former glory. Agreed. Forgive me, but I must take my leave. Fare you well, and remember, the people of this star have not yet given up hope, and neither must you. Bye, Varshan. Tataru's so stinking cute. I love her. Where must I go to get a meal with some flavor in this wasteland of taste? Is that? Yeah, it is. Celeste, old girl. My, whatever are you doing here? A new boutique, you say? I had been meaning to expand my wardrobe. Yeah, something with a little more flair, perhaps, befitting of a man of my station. Though I have nowhere to flaunt my said raiment so long as my confinement continues indefinitely. I, the young Lord Fortemp, indeed insist that, so long as there is work to be done, no matter how trivial, I must abide here in Charlian. Thus do I toil, though every fiber of my being rails against it. Why, I even suffered the company of that brute sea card to see supplies transported in a timely fashion. Yet he was the one granted leave this morning to participate in some supposed covert operation. So I suffer instead for his otherwise welcome absence, now burdened with extra busy work. And without Honoroi here, there is no one to prepare my meals. You poor baby. I came here in the hopes of finding a nice cafe, perhaps. Alas, the Charlian delicacies I've sampled were lacking in every respect. Have you tried Archon Loaf? Yeah, go to the Last Stands. The cafe over on the pier. Their cuisine didn't appear all that appetizing, but they have amazing burgers. Go. If you vouch for their cooking, then perhaps I will give it a try. Thank you for the suggestions, and ta-ta for now, old girl. Bye. Well, well, is that Celeste and Tataru I spy? Oh, hey. Been a while. Hancock, what are you still doing here? You said you were returning immediately after dropping off your cargo. Yes, that was my original plan. After all, any expertise required aside from the delivery of goods is well beyond my purview. But what manner of entrepreneur would squander an opportunity to study the markets of the northern seas? Worry not, I will return straightways to Kugane once I have finished. Of course you will find a way to turn this crisis to your advantage. She wounds me, the industrious woman running a new boutique. I am not blind to the travails of those who fight on the front lines to deliver us from ruin. Indeed, I have every confidence they will succeed, and I would make myself and my business ready for their return. If you believe them so devoutly, then why not put your money where your mouth is? Fair enough, Tataru. Fair enough. There is not more I can do but help ready the Ark and her heroes for their maiden voyage, but on your return I shall host a grand celebration in your honor at the Bokairo Inn. Accommodations are quite costly given the reputation of said establishment, but the East Eldernard Trading Company would be honored to foot the bill. Will there be lemon cakes? I'm trying to remember what that reference is for. Oh ho, a woman of tart tastes, I see. Yes, there will be lemon cakes and much, much more. The finest delicacies the world and Lord Lolorito have to offer. But let us speak more upon this on your return, lest I draw even more of Tataru's ire. Until next we meet. Ah, Celeste, decided to spend your time at the markets, did you? Who is it now? Oh! Biggs and Wedge. Haven't seen them in a while. Tataru! Oh yeah, doesn't he have a crush on her? Biggs, Wedge, I take it work on the Ark proceeds apace? Aye, it does indeed. Collaborating with the greatest minds of Charlian and Razat Han has been a rewarding experience, and that's to say nothing of what we learned from the Loperids. The Ark is unlike anything we've had the pleasure to work on. Even Nero was rendered speechless on more than one occasion. That is quite the accomplishment. I can't wait for you to see it. Nod. It's still hard to believe that we have the means to send you off into the great expanse, though, to the farthest known reaches of, well, everything. I never thought I'd live to see such marvels, and yet here I am. More often than not, you and the Scions are the catalyst that sparks the need for these great innovations. To think how much I'd have missed out on had I not been a member of the Ironworks. An awful lot of work, to be fair, and the privilege of being worked like a cart chocobo, mumble mumble. Ha, there is that too. As busy as we've been, I wish there was more we could do for you, Celeste. But no matter what happens, we have to keep believing for a brighter future. That we do, my friend, that we do. And one filled with even more adventure. When you head back, could you tell the engineers I'll be along shortly with refreshments? That's very kind of you, Tataru. They'll be glad to hear it. And on that note, Wedge and I should be getting along. Still a few more supplies to gather before we return. It's good to see everybody. I will say this is a little bit slow for me, though. The constant, like, looking around and waiting for somebody else to come up. Terribly sorry for the wait. Right this way, if you please. Oh, hey, I remember her. I guess she's working here now. Right, I don't believe the two of you have been formally introduced. This is Varsa Rude from Palaka's stand. I remember her. Pleased to meet you. I mean, we've met before. The pleasure is mine. Thanks to Mistress Dataru, I and many of my friends have found gainful employment in this foreign land. It is only natural to feel fear in the face of calamity. In such times we must look to one another for strength and succor. I know not whether we will come to call this place home or return to Thavner, but we are here today and glad to have contributed to the cause. And contribute they did by helping to make your new garments as durable as possible. We put our hearts and souls into them, and I have every confidence they'll keep you safe in the battle to come. Gods, to think how far we've come since our humble beginnings at the Waking Sands. From the rising stones to the falling snows, and even a certain insufferable someone's ruby bazaar, we were always fortunate to find friends along the way. Even when you were swept away to the first, Grahatia was there to grant you sanctuary. I'll never forget the relief I felt when you all returned to us. I thought my heart would burst. Yours has been a long, long journey, and I've been privileged to watch, often with bated breath, as you persevered time and again. Oh, Tataru! For all the joy we've shared, there's been so much sorrow as well. But I've long since learned that you can't have one without the other. Which is why I promised to send you off to the Sea of Stars with a smile. And you can be certain I'll be the first one to welcome you back on your return. Aw, I love her. In addition to your new ensemble, we have raiments and weaponry for every need, so please feel free to browse our stock. Oh, I can get job-specific gear. Oh! I realize you've still got lots to do before you depart, so I won't keep you any longer. I hope you can find a moment to yourselves and that the others can as well. They said they were returning to the Baldesian Annex, though I doubt they stayed for long. If you decide to go looking for them, I'd suggest speaking to Kryle first. I'm sure they will have told her their plans. Okay, so there is one side quest I would really like to do before I continue on with the main story. I've had a couple of people tell me that I should do it. So I am going to head over there. And I'm going to do that quest real quick. And then we will continue the main story. I've had a bunch of people tell me to do this one. So I figured rather than do it offline, I'm going to actually do it right now on the video so that you can see my reactions and stuff to it. So I believe that the one I am looking for is sandwiches and pretzels. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Dickon is being kept busy at the last stand. Welcome. What will you be having today? Oh, it's you, Celeste. As it happens, Alize also came by recently. Busy as she is, she wanted to let me know that she's patched things up with her father. I'm truly happy for her. But speaking of busy, we're quite short on hands this shift. As much as I'd hate to bother you, could you deliver an order for me? It's a pair of salad sandwiches for an elderly gentleman at Ox Landing. He's a Lalafell with a distinguished air, so you can't miss him. My thanks in advance. Oh, you're one of the Scions, are you not? Celeste, I believe. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Now what might I do for you? I have a sandwich for you. Ah, the sandwiches. How very kind of you to bring them. The last stand serves up many scrumptious dishes, but their sandwiches have always been my favorite. My son, meanwhile, was partial to the pretzels. When I was young, I attended the studium. Louisoix was a classmate of mine, a kindred spirit in the study of magic, and we inspired each other to greater heights. After I completed my study, I continued conducting research and eventually became a professor. I married and had a family, settled down. Such a life wasn't for Louisoix, who was on the road more often than not. My son grew to admire him and went on to become a pupil. Is he Papalymo's dad? And went on to become his pupil and earn his Archon's mark. To see him set forth to fight Eorzea beside Louisoix filled me with pride, yet so too did I worry, as any parent would. In the end, he gave his life for the cause, so strongly did he believe in it, and having now seen his comrades fighting tirelessly to protect our star, I have come to understand whence came his conviction. But listen to me blathering on. I know you are a busy woman, so I shall let you go. Thank you, not only for the sandwich, but also standing with my son to the last. Oh, who's Papalymo's dad? Okay, I definitely see why you all wanted me to do that one. That was It was so sweet. I was wondering who he was gonna be. Thank you for suggesting that, everyone. I liked it. Ah, you're back. Did you have a chat with the customer? Yeah. Wonderful. The gentleman's a regular of ours, you see. When he heard that the science had come to Charlian, he was beside himself with excitement. He dearly wanted to meet you, but wasn't sure how to go about it. So when you appeared when you did, well, I thought I'd make it happen. I appreciate your going along with it. By way of thanks, here's a little something on the house. Enjoy. Dickin, that was really sweet. Aw. Okay. Let's go continue the main story quest, but that was definitely a worth it little side quest there. Thank you for the suggestion. You're back. I take it you received your gift from Tataru. It was a surprise long in the making, with many, many long hours of fretting to get everything just right. I'm glad to see it realized, and with great success. If you're looking for the others, though, they've taken their leave. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger have gone to the last stand for a bite to eat. Alize and Grahatia, meanwhile, thought their time would be better spent poring over books at the Numenon. As for Alphino and Estinian, well, they've elected to pay a visit to the Levier estate, though Estinian seems somewhat reluctant to go. I'm sure they would all be glad for your company if you've a mind to seek them out. Should you be feeling peckish, I'd suggest heading to the last stand before Y'shtola and the others finish eating. But above all else, it would be foolish to run headlong into battle a fatigued mess, so do remember to get a good night's sleep. Celeste, come make our trio a quartet, have you? Please, have a seat, and we'll see about getting you a drink.
Your business with Tataru is finished?
Yep. Look at my cool outfit.
My, what a thoughtful surprise. Whatever would we do without her?
Indeed. And she's right, you know. It hasn't been all doom and gloom.
Feels like a lifetime ago that Master Louis Soir gathered us together to form the Circle of Knowing. Since then, we have experienced much. But rather than feeling wiser, the more I learn, the more I find my knowledge lacking.
Forsooth. As a student, vainly did I believe that I held the secrets of creation in my grasp. Yet that which I had seized was but an insignificant sliver of what awaited in the wider world. Every encounter, every experience hath served to open mine eyes, enlightening and humbling me in equal measure. Even from those whom I called enemies have I learned many a valuable lesson.
What will we learn at the edge of the universe, I wonder?
That is a good question.
Ultima Thule.
Oh, I said it right.
Where the bringer of the end makes her nest. I, for one, can't possibly imagine. But whatever awaits us there, we will survive. We must. For her.
Yep. We'll get through this together.
Gods, it feels like only yesterday that we went on that mission to Drybone. We've both changed much since then, have we not?
We really have.
We've come far together, and if we have aught to say about it, we'll go further still. Aye, we will avert this calamity and return home.
That food all looks really good. It reminds me, I actually need to start using my Final Fantasy XIV cookbook. I really want to start posting like pictures of what I've made on my Instagram, because I don't use my Instagram enough. So keep an eye on that. I'm going to probably start doing that soon.
In preparation for which, we must give thought to what we hope to achieve after the proverbial dust is settled.
What with the primals and Ascians all but dealt with, I suppose we'll need to look for new hobbies.
Oh, don't get your hopes up. I'm sure something else is going to happen.
In seriousness, though. In uniting to overcome a common foe, the disparate peoples of the world have found a way forward together. It's a truly gratifying sight to see.
It really is.
Indeed. Though it was many years in the making, we have successfully set in motion the gears of fundamental change. With this, we have fulfilled our humble role as a symbol of hope. And I dare say it is time to bow out. After all, there is no shortage of hands to bear the torch in our stead.
You know, I never really considered I might live long enough to see an after. But even if my time as a scion came to an end, I don't expect that much would change.
Probably not. So here's a question. I know that this is the end of the story for this particular star. Is that the end of, like, Final Fantasy XIV? Like, are they planning on making, like, a new MMO? Or do they... Because I'm a little confused as to what they're saying here. Or are the Scions done at this point, but my character is going to go... Actually, you know what? Nobody probably knows the answer to this. It's probably just speculation. Because I would imagine it hasn't been answered yet. And if it has, don't spoil it. But I feel like maybe they are done, and I'm just going to continue. I don't know. We'll see.
Traveling the world, going wherever the wind blows, lending a hand to those in need.
A journey for journey's sake. It doth suit thee well. I must confess, I too have yearned to see more of the world. If thou art amenable to the suggestion, I would accompany thee.
Aww.
Mine ability to affect an air of normalcy through artful disguise is much improved, thou must concede.
Aye, well, improvement is relative. You still look suspicious no matter what you wear. What of you, Ishtola? Any grand plans?
Why, continue my quest for knowledge, naturally. To begin with, I wish to know the state of the reflections, to which end I must find a means to travel between worlds.
Oh, that would be cool.
'Tis the least I must do if I am to keep my promise. Should my pursuits prove unduly arduous, I won't hesitate to call on you.
Oh, sure. I'll be probably pretty
return,
bored.
I will take you to see Reen one day. I'm sure you cannot wait to see the fine young woman she has become.
Oh, she was talking to Thancred, but still, I would help too. Aw.
Spare me.
And what of thee? What wouldst thou pursue at duty's end?
That's a good question. Honestly, haven't thought about it.
Here's yours. My apologies for the wait.
Well, shall we make a toast?
I didn't answer. It's like the game is like, oh, you're not done. I don't know. I'm skeptical of drinking anything.
To victory.
It always tends to be a bad thing for me.
To our comrades.
But it
To
is the last
future of
stand.
the star.
So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt here. Ever since that scene with Tataru, or not Tataru, Nanamo and ARR, I'm always skeptical of drinking anything. Alright, speak to Y'shtola. Leaving so soon? I suppose it's for the best. If you'd rather not explore the bottom of a bottle with Urianger, I dare say that others would welcome your company as well, if you can find them, that is. In any case, as long as you make the most of your time, then that is all that matters. Alright, gotta go find Alice and Alphino. So Alphino is at his estate. Alize and Graha are there. I'm gonna go to the estate first, because I want to save Alize and Graha for the end. What is Estinian wearing? He's not wearing his armor. Oh my god.
Oh. What brings you here? Ah, so you were worried that the Levier household might again be gripped by turmoil. All is well, I assure you. In my letters home, I had made mention of Estinian, you see. My mother wished to meet the legend in person, and so we arranged to have a spot of tea together.
Aww.
Where were you in my hour of need? Fell beasts I can face, but I'm not made for idle chit-chat with lords and ladies.
Well, I for one thought you held your own. Mother was the picture of delight.
I might have been delighted myself, were we in a tavern with more agreeable drink. The thought of fleeing crossed my mind, but what then? I'd never hear the end of it, least of all from Tataru.
I'm sorry. 'Twas not my intent to cause you such distress. It's just... it was one of the things I didn't want to leave undone ere we set forth. That's not to say I think we won't be returning. Yet, given what lies ahead, I did not wish to leave for later that which I could do today. After all, tomorrow is never promised.
No.
It's fine. Not like I had better things to do. Besides, seeing you with your mother brought back fond memories of my own. Be we rich or poor, family is family. Well, it's past time we were on our way.
Big brother Estinian.
Wait! Since I left home, I've made a great many mistakes. Mistakes for which I can never make amends. But through it all, you didn't give up on me. To have returned here with you at my side, it means more to me than you know. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
Aww.
Forgive me, but it needed to be said.
I'm the one who owes you thanks. Were it not for you, I would not be alive today, nor come to terms with Nidhogg's spirit. I am ever grateful.
Ugh. The two of them. God, they're like they're just the best brothers. I gotta thank both of you as well.
Well, we needn't make it a competition. You know, this must be what Heidelin meant when she spoke about depending on one another. However treacherous the road before us, together we will prevail.
Yeah. This game is just not gonna let up with the feels. It's just not. I have tissues. I have a box here. I have a whole, like, I just went to Costco the other day because I needed to restock on stuff, and I bought a lot of tissues because I feel like I'm going through them so fast. You try speaking with Alice, but she is fast asleep. Oh my god, they're both sleeping. What? Oh, they were trying to read and they fell asleep. I know those feels. Speaking of, my dog just snored really loudly. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the quiet.
Oh.
Knowing them, they're probably dreaming about the celestial adventures to come. Just as well. They've been running themselves ragged of late. Unlike you and the others, I'm a few steps removed from the danger and excitement. The things you all get up to never fail to impress me. But by the same token, I can't help but worry. Not only for your safety, but for your happiness. After everything you've sacrificed, you earned it 1,000 times over. From the simple pleasures of tucking into a hearty meal or collapsing into a comfortable bed, to the grand triumphs of visiting legendary lands or finding true love. You deserve all the joy in the world. There is so much that life has to offer, so much to be treasured and shared with those we hold dear. So promise me this. Come what may, you won't give up on your own happiness.
Gonna try.
When you're out there fighting tooth and nail, it's all too easy to forget. But in the end, your passions will be your greatest strength of all. Remember that.
This feels familiar. Well, 'tis good to be... wait. What am I... Gods, don't tell me I fell asleep.
Not that there's any shame in it, but you were sleeping like babies.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Oh, come on. You're adorable. The both of you.
Not a word to anyone. Understood? Not one word.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I'm told that sleeping in proper beds of your own choosing is a much more effective way to prepare for battle. Oh.
So, what were the two of you doing here?
Nothing.
I had a few books to return to the library. Thought I'd take care of it while I could.
And you?
I was coming to say hi. It's a secret. I'm gonna say that. I was hoping she was gonna do that. They all better be okay, or I am legit going to go into mourning. Like, I don't think I can handle any of them being hurt. I really don't. Oh, hey. Pudding Way. Ah, Celeste, I have come to this studium in order to study the ways of pudding. Alas, my creations don't jiggle as they should just yet, but I persevere. Okay, Pudding Way. I wish you luck. The Pudding Way was just chilling over there while we were talking. Welcome back, Celeste. Return to catch a few final winks before embarking on your mission, I presume. You'll be happy to know your chambers have been cleaned and fresh linens laid out. I pray you enjoy the sweetest of dreams on the final night before the big day. Get my tissue ready just in case. I feel like I should just, like, have a little pocket, like, you know, those little hankies. That night at the Royal Menagerie in Alamigo. What you doing, Xenos?
You will never get what you want. Not even the battle you pine for so dearly. In that transcendent moment, what was it that I sought in you? And what was it that you sought in me?
I didn't seek you, dude. I really didn't. I assume he was talking about me. I was just trying to stop him from, like, you know, destroying the world and whatnot. Didn't really care too much about him specifically. And thus it dawns. The day of reckoning.
How often have we thus assembled? To combine our knowledge and seek solutions to the problems before us.
Back at the Waking Sands, it was all we could do to address the most minor of troubles. Who could have realized what we'd find when we began to look to the sources of the realm's woes?
I'll say.
At the Rising Stones, we made great strides and shared many moments. From the joyous to the sorrowful.
We've had occasion to call other places home too. Be it Ishgard or Kugane, we were fortunate to find sanctuary wherein we might take stock and continue our fight.
I was honored to host this company in the Crystarium, to stand with you all as we confronted the truth of the star itself.
And now from this place, we go to fight the most important battle of all.
The Forum has sent word. The Ark is ready. The Loporrits naturally will be commanding the vessel. They will see the 8 of you to Ultima Thule.
All right, everybody. Let's do this.
Upon arriving, your objective is to find and vanquish Meteon. As a final formality, the Forum bade me ascertain your resolve. So, are you certain you wish to do this?
I think we're as certain as we're going to be.
We are.
Then, ere you report to Thalmasane, I leave you with these words. You must triumph.
We'll try.
What that means will differ for each of you. To make it back home, or to simply avert doom, or perhaps something else altogether. Yet whatever it is that drives you, I have faith in its power to see you through. So please, triumph. Triumph, as we who remain behind believe you will.
Let us be off then.
All right. Good luck, everybody.
Wait.
Taru.
Both Kryl and I will be there to see you off, but as your receptionist, I feel I need to say this here. Safe journey, all of you, and be safe.
We're gonna try. You too. Unto the heavens. Ojika Sunjika is ready to send you off with a smile. I suppose this is where we part ways, for now at least. Would that I had sage words of wisdom to share ere you depart. Mayhap the teachings of Galif Baldesium will suffice. Surrender not to angered or hate. Angered? I just combined anger and hatred. Surrender not to anger or hatred, he said. Look beyond them, and there find true strength. What one sees beyond is open to interpretation, I think, but for me, it would be the things I cherish most in life, things I believe are worth fighting for. Something to consider as you venture onto the Sea of Stars. Okay, let's head to Thamazane. Oh my gosh, the music.
All present and accounted for? Good. As you will have heard, the Ark is ready. All that remains is to board and be on your way.
Sorry for the super loud plane flying overhead right this second.
I've seen my fair share of tight schedules, but this was bloody murder.
Sorry.
But we did it. We finished the ship. It's safe, fit for purpose, and looks good to boot. Aye, it's a garland through and through.
I really don't know what we'd do without you. Thank you for everything.
Well, the work was hard, but we've learned a lot from it. After all, it's not every day you get tasked with building a starfaring vessel. In case you're wondering about payment, the ongoing existence of the world ought to do.
Okay.
But feel free to throw in a colorful recounting of your journey on your return. So, have you thought of a name?
The Normandy. No, sorry. Can't do that.
A name? Wasn't everyone just calling it Father's teeny tiny toy boat?
Well, seeing as its purpose has changed, I thought a more eloquent name was in order. I suggested as much to Fortuno, who seemed quite amenable to the idea.
As you know, this vessel is the culmination of heretofore unprecedented collaboration. And though said collaboration is owed to the Scions, there is another whose noble deeds made our work possible. From a fragment of Dalamud, we obtained not only advanced materials such as refined adamantite, but the knowledge to traverse the stars. And this fragment would not have found its way to us had the Archon Louisois not fought to protect this world. And in so doing, laid down his life.
Is it the Louisois?
Now that the vessel stands complete, I cannot help but wonder if it was more than mere happenstance. If it was my father's intention to guide us here. In the hopes that his guidance will see you all safely home, I name the vessel after that self-same fragment of Dalamud he delivered unto us. The starship Ragnarok.
Sorry for the wait. I got everyone you asked for, and not a one less.
All of the Beast Tribe leaders.
What are you all doing here?
Oh, I invited them. The representatives of those tribes with religious inclinations. You've done a fine job of readying the Ragnarok, but for it to take flight, we'll of course need the power of the Mother Crystal. Given its immense size, however, transporting it would be an absolute logistical nightmare, not to mention we'd need to shatter it into tiny shards for feeding to the engines. But a brilliant idea came to me. We convert the crystal's energy into forms that can transport themselves!
Are they about to summon a bunch of primals to bring the ship into space? Because that's what it sounds like. And that sounds pretty cool. I think that's what they're doing.
Thou wouldst employ summoning.
Oh my god!
Or should I say its precursor, creation magics.
Care to explain for our benefit?
As you may have witnessed at Bestway's Burrow, the Loporrits are capable of creation magics, which they use to shape the moon's environment. Yet simple though they make it seem, 'tis a highly advanced and exacting art. To perform it correctly requireth that the wielder holdeth the object in his mind's eye in clearest detail.
Hence the ancients' meticulous management of concepts.
Drawing upon this art, the Ascians conceived of summoning as we know it.
Oh my god, I think this is actually happening.
That replaceth the complexity of concepts with the simplicity of zealotry to make manifest a creation.
I see. By combining the Loporrit's magics and the tribe's faith, we convert the Mother Crystal into primals of purer form and greater obedience.
This is so cool.
Summoning as it was intended, one might say.
Indeed! Indeed!
This is so cool.
While Hydaelyn gave us the ability to use creation magics, she forbade us from using it to make anything possessed of a soul, or similar. She didn't say anything about fulfilling the desires of others, though. So, borrowing our friend's faith, we'll create deities using the Mother Crystal's power and send them to the Ragnarok!
I cannot wait to see this cutscene.
Am I the only one here concerned about the risk of being turned into a tempered minion?
Oh, right, I was getting to that. From what I've read in Sharlayan tomes, it appears the Ascians incorporated an additional nasty element into their summoning method. The fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief.
So you just don't put that in.
Created are instilled with the self-same desire and use their powers to enthrall people, starting with the summoner. In contrast, our creation magics, the original and the best, except no substitutes, don't incorporate any of that rubbish, so there's no risk of tempering. I mean, if the being was on the scale of Zodiac, you might feel a little tug, but I think we'll be safe enough.
Oh, okay.
Truth be told, I do not understand the intricacies of this plan. But none of us would ever turn our backs on you.
This cutscene is going to be amazing.
When the avatars of our faith ran amok,
You intervened without decrying we who birthed them. Where others vilified and suppressed us, you offered understanding and friendship.
I got confused.
In gratitude, we will share with you the true expressions of our gods. Not malevolent deities, but benevolent saviors.
I got confused when the Moogle did its noise because my phone, its like text message alerts are a Moogle sound. So I was like, oh, do I have a text? No, it was the game.
Alright, you lot, we're heading to the ethereal sea. Stay in sight, else you're liable to get lost.
Lead the way.
This is gonna be so cool.
May we have a moment? In anticipation of the day man might journey to the stars, we developed these.
Portable teleportation devices. One for each of you, designed to work in tandem. Press the button on one, and in a matter of moments, all 8 will activate and send their owners back to the Ragnarok.
That's cool.
There is no telling what hazards you may encounter. If you find yourself separated or lost, please do not hesitate to use them. Be safe, all of you, and come back.
You as well. I pray you take care.
Looks like everything is in order, so I'll go ahead and board. A few of my fellows will remain to assist with the summonings, but rest assured, the vessel won't want for competent crewing.
If you are ready, then you should board as well. Go, and Godspeed.
Okay, let's do it. If you would come this way, I will direct you to the bridge. Oh wow, this is really cool. Look at Living Way. Sleeping Way.
Welcome to the bridge, everyone! I hope you have everything, because I can't be bothered turning back.
Okay.
Right then, make yourselves comfortable. We're setting off in just a moment.
Wait, I'm not sure if I turned the oven off.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
This is Fortuno. Can you hear me? The preparations for the summonings are complete.
Please tell me we're going to see this.
With the 14th phase of the plan, we have moved the Ragnarok to the launch site. The gates are open. You may depart when ready.
So, are we ready?
Let's do it.
As ready as we'll ever be. Let's get going.
Oh, come on. The burnt-out star's got more fire in its belly. Try it again, with feeling.
Oh. Alphino, you do it.
Me?
Yes.
But I...
Yes, you.
No need to be coy, brother. Do it, and do it well.
If you all insist. Onward unto the distant stars and beyond.
Okay, Captain Picard, let's go.
Engage.
Oh my god, he's literally Captain Picard. This is amazing.
Engage!
Engage!
This is so cool. Oh my god! Here they come! Oh my god, this is so cool! King Moggle-Mog! Garuda.
Ah! That I must carry landwalkers into the sky! I cannot imagine a greater indignity!
Oh my god!
Do not sulk so, for thy mighty winds exist not only to buffet and batter. Nay, they may serve also to thrust forth with vigor. Such is thy glory, and thus it is an occasion to rejoice.
This is so cool.
So come, let us revel.
Okay. There's Bismarck. Come on, Garuda. You got this.
So long as the wind blows freely. I suppose all is as it should be in creation. I will render unto them a storm, that they may pierce the firmament and fly free!
You got this. Oh my god, this is the coolest thing! This is so cool! Oh my god, I loved that. I loved that. That was amazing.
Still in one piece? Good. Sleeping way? Report?
All's well. Fantastic, even.
Wow, this is the most awake I've ever seen Sleeping Way.
Thanks to the power of those primals, the engines are roaring and we're ripping along.
All values are also within projected ranges. Time to destination is 8 carats. Perhaps 7 at a pinch.
8 carats.
Alright, let's go over some points of caution. Our destination, as you know, is Ultima Thule. Lest you wonder, the place is not a star so much as a patch of emptiness.
Sounds ominous.
That's the extent of what our equipment could determine, anyway. From what we know of Meteon, she's likely used dynamis to obfuscate her location.
So, in conclusion, we'll only know what's there when we get there.
The crew and I will see to it the ship's ready to take off at a moment's notice. We'll support the search as best we can, but it'll be your paws on the ground, assuming there is any.
Hope there is.
But everything will be fine, I'm sure. Heidelin believes in you, so you ought to believe in yourselves. Just don't do anything I wouldn't, like waiting too long to use those portable teleporters of yours.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Personally, at the slightest sign of trouble, I'd mash the button to bits, and you should as well.
Understood. We promise to be careful.
I suggest you brace yourselves. We're about to arrive and the vessel will shake a good bit.
What's that? Sleeping way?
What is this?
Or mapping way, whoever.
Something is interfering with the equipment.
It's jammed.
Greetings.
Oh my god. Hi? Oh.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Yes. Meteon. Been a while.
So this is Meteon.
Yeah.
Oh. Have you met one of my sisters?
Uh-oh. They're all together, aren't they?
I don't remember meeting you myself. But I do know that you're from Atheris. Why have you come? All you had to do was wait. I would have delivered to you your ends.
We didn't ask for that.
I don't understand. All life is destined to end. Why choose to prolong your suffering? Effort, ambition, love, they amount to naught. Happiness, should you find it, is inevitably lost. Stolen away by events beyond your control. There is no logic nor meaning in it. You think there is. Convince yourselves. But it's all a cruel accident. Come now. I speak the truth. A truth you would recognize if you looked up at the night sky. Unbroken emptiness. Cold, dark, and silent. Your world, like every other, is but a blemish upon its perfect fabric. Life is an anomaly. It is unnatural and cannot continue. The sooner you accept this, the easier it will be.
Oh, thanks.
Just to be clear, we're not here to argue with you. We know that life is fleeting, and that in the short time we have it, we're not assured happiness.
Indeed. I've seen far more sorrow in the eyes of many I've met. I myself have plenty of regrets. And one day they'll die with me. Gone to dust with my good deeds and unfulfilled dreams.
But we accept this. That our existence may seem pointless. That sorrow, rage, and despair will always dog our heels. And we press on regardless. That is why Hydaelyn guided us here. In her boundless love for mankind, she has prepared us for this trial. And in her name, we have come for you.
Yes, I sense it. A burning passion like unto fury.
Not everything is black and white, though, Meteon.
For the same passion once burned in many a star before yours. Suffocated and extinguished now.
Oh.
I can't breathe.
Meteon, what do you...
You approach the bounds of my ultimatum, where emotions dictate reality, where resignation and acceptance unite to embrace the end, where those who yet valiantly cling to life cannot thrive.
Huh? Tancred? Tancred? Where is he?
By the Fury.
Where's Tancred?
Tancred?
Oh no.
Meteon has gone as well. Mayhap he awakened first and gave chase.
Everyone? It appears we are at our destination.
Okay, but where is Tancred?
This is Ultima Thule.
Not that we knew what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this.
What?
From atmospheric composition to ambient temperatures, all reading to within permissible range. This place is capable of supporting life.
Seems a bit hypocritical of her, doesn't it?
If that's the case, then Tancred may well have gone on ahead. Let's go and have a look.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I want the rest of you to perform a full inspection of the ship, as well as a biological scan.
So it was that the brave wayfarers arrived at last at Dream's End.
Who's narrating that? Hythlodaeus?
In following their path walked and history written, I am made keenly aware of one truth. Though the curtains may fall again and again, so long as others take the stage, ever shall there be more tales to tell. So, let them bring it to a close, I say. Let the curtains fall upon this, the final chapter in the tale of the star.
The Sea of Stars, Ultima Thule.
Is this a dead star?
Looks like it.
As I live and breathe, I live and breathe. Well, the environment itself shouldn't kill us.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Well then, let us search for Thancred while exploring the area. The ship we leave in your care.
I can't guarantee it will be of help in this strange surrounds, but I've readied a provisions note in case of emergency. Of course, if you encounter any real danger here, I expect you to return to the Ragnarok at once. Look at the way that the title is written. That's a simoleon symbol. Okay, so I used to be big into The Sims. I used to play Sims on my channel a lot. That is the symbol for Sims money. But yeah, so I'm gonna stop here. This episode's gonna be long. It's fine. I had a lot of cutscenes to get through. I will pick things up in the next one. I want to know what the heck happened to Thancred. Meteon is terrifying. And I cannot believe, like, we're almost at the end here. I know that there's still probably quite a bit to get through. This is a whole world to explore here, but I feel like, you know, we're getting close to the end. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you did. You can follow me on social media, which I have linked down below. And you can become a channel member or a fan house sub if you wish. Those are optional monetary supports. And yeah, hopefully you all have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.